Ancient Vimanas UFO drive by Mercury. The Vimana is a mythical Hindu flying machine, described in the ancient literature of India. References to this artifact, including its use in war matters, can be found in ancient Hindu texts. It could fly through the air to other planets. There are many people convinced that ancient civilizations that inhabited the planet Earth left behind the remains of advanced technologies throughout its existence, long before man even possessed the minimum knowledge about science. This accumulation of fantastical representations of stories based on gods, kings and leaders of societies fell under the weight of their own power. Myths and legends passed down from generation to generation were intended to explain the ancient mysteries, as well as many unknowns. However, many claim that the clues discovered over the years give credit to civilizations and societies that were much more advanced than the oldest recorded by the annals of history. The Vimana. There is a particular society that has captured the attention of many experts, especially those who argue that extraterrestrial beings used to visit the land in antiquity. The Rama Empire, located in present-day India, has its deepest roots in the epic text Ramayana and Mahabharata. In these texts, the Rama were protagonists of dramatic and colossal battles, in addition to glorious victories in the world of ancient India. The battle between Rama and the enemy Ravana is illustrated to perfection in the Ramayana, and in the story, it is said that Ravana kidnapped Sita, the wife of Rama, and that he took her on his plane, called the Vimana flower carriage Pushpaka. According to some versions, this carriage was flying, since in some of the translations they said that these ships were capable of flying. In the Ramayana it is spoken of the roar of carriages in the sky, which appear as comets. What are the Vimanas? In ancient cities there are remains and sculptures whose indications suggest that humans were believed to have the ability to travel in the air. Some argue that these artifacts are nothing other than representations of animals. However, there is not enough information about who was really that ancient civilization. It does raise certain doubts such as, what were able to create and how much of it remains to be discovered. Did the gods and goddesses of the legends really exist? The Vimanas are flying machines described in the Vedas. There are in different types or classes, but most of the descriptions agree with the descriptions of the current UFO sightings reported all over the world. They appear in ancient Sanskrit texts as cylindrical steel or gold objects, capable of flying in all directions and covering the distance in terms of stellar regions. Some of them could be used both in the air, UFO, and in the water, OSNI, and they became invisible when necessary, taking thousands of passengers through the air. Vimanas Shastra is a document dating from the 4th century BC. It is based on the Vedas to describe how to use a Vimana ship, how to protect against storms on short-haul flights and how to use solar energy. It also lists the materials that absorb heat and light that are needed to build flying machines. Alien visitors from ancient India. It could well be argued that the references to these flying machines and beings from other planets are only a symbolism to represent the Hindu gods, which there is plenty of, but the fact that more than 5,000 years ago the Indian civilization already knew of different planetary systems, even admitting life on other planets, tells us that they could be real. It is important to remember that recently the Western world admitted that the Earth was not the center of the universe, and that to this day some people find it impossible to imagine life on other planets. If in fact ancient India was as modern as it is supposed, many experts argue that it is not absurd to think that these people had flying machines that reached other planets and that they maintained contact with the inhabitants of other solar systems. According to the Ramayana, the Rama Empire would have existed for more than 15,000 years, parallel to the existence of Atlantis. Both civilizations shared a similar story, that of the advanced societies that received the visit of the gods, but disappeared without a trace.